Lakers ball.
What's up, Laker fans? You already know who it is. It's Wally World, baby, reporting everything Laker. I know it's been a while, but the reason it's been a while is because this Laker team is doing the exact same things that I mentioned earlier in previous channels and previous videos. No consistency. Third quarters is trash. There's no adjustments in the second half. The lineups are horrid. The players are not being enthused at all. Thus, we are where we are. An average team at best. I went to the Charlotte Hornets game. I was not impressed. I know you guys watched it on TV and wasn't impressed. Half of you probably turned the game after like the first quarter when it was like 24-7. Lakers made the game at the end. Still lost. Backups, of course. No AD, no LeBron James, no Malik Monk. What? No Malik Monk at his old place? DMP, Dwight Howard. And he was suited. DeAndre Jordan got all the minutes. You would have thought that he was the next Patrick Ewing. The only bright spots is Russell Westbrook got hot in the third quarter and the fourth, beginning of the fourth, to have 30-plus points. And he didn't turn the ball over that much. Another positive moment is that in this game, he moved the ball around. Passed it to Carmelo, passed it to Wayne Ellington. Even Kent Bazemore had 9 points. He just moved the ball around. And when it was his spot to get in, he got in where he got in. He attacked the basket. Which goes back to the last play of this game, which lets me know that the coaching staff has no clue what to do, even with backup guys playing. Russell Westbrook, a 3 to end the game on a one-on-one spread out. Like a YMCA trying to go for the 21. One-on-one, left side of the court. Wow, that's the way you end it. No passing, no movement, no nothing. Just everybody get out the way and let me just jack up a long 3. When it's proven that Russell Westbrook has been killing everybody all night going to the basket, so he would not be the guy that you want to shoot the 3. So we're not going to just have guys set up and ready for 3-point shots. Wow. I'm still mind blown that Dwight Howard does not get any minutes in this game. Not even one. This team feels like it's already packing it in. And so for the fans that are sitting here right now that are asking about all these trade opportunities that I stated, there would not be any. No team wants to help the Lakers at all to make this right. You have to understand who you are in this big picture of the National Basketball Association. And teams do not like you that well. Why would they give you some of the pieces that they have when no one on our team is even showing any value? Which goes back to why this is the only way the reason I can think why DeAndre Jordan is playing so much is because they're trying to get some form of value so another team can at least be interested. But the sad part about it is DeAndre Jordan can't even catch a pass in the lane. If I've never seen washed up, and if you've never seen a washed up player, DeAndre Jordan is a prime example to what to watch for the rest of the year to see what washed up really looks like. He's basically stealing money. Trevor Ariza stealing money. Trevor Ariza is stealing money. Trevor Ariza for 4 games straight, played over 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and had 0 points in each and every last one of those games. He played in the Charlotte game. He was so bad, they even sat him down, and trust me, there was nobody left to play. Trevor Ariza, DeAndre Jordan, and Kent Bazemore is literally stealing money. And the bad part about it is you can't get rid of them because everybody else sees that they're stealing money. So we're stuck. I will be highly surprised if we get something for any of them. Even second round picks, even future anything. We're not going to probably get anything from them. This is the team that was constructed, and this is the team that we're going to have to deal with. The same thing that went back to last year when a lot of people wanted Marc Gasol and all that, and we didn't do anything different. This is the team you got to stick with, because when you're in cap hell, to keep teams like this, you can't just move things around. You have to worry about the salary cap, worry about all those things, those penalties and everything, exceptions and all those things. Understand the business of the game before you worry about the players on the court, because this is not 2K22, and you can't just force a trade because you have it off in settings. It has to make sense. It has to make sense. Jeremy Grant, where are you going to put him? I've said this in these videos. Where are you going to put him? They're not interested. Of course they're not. There's nowhere to put him. You have money put into Anthony Davis that's supposed to do everything that Jeremy Grant does. So that means Anthony Davis get on the floor and stop every time on the ground, grabbing wrists, elbows, and knees. You're stuck with that. LeBron James is his 19th year, guys. Father Time is undefeated, and now we're seeing that he has knee soreness, and he's been out for a couple games. And I think he's going to be out in the Atlanta game as well. The time is now. I distinctly said on the video that you guys have seen this before. If you have watched Kobe, we watched the demise of it. Injury on top of injury on top of injury. It just happens. We got the championship out of it. But now, this is where we are. And it's not to blame Russell Westbrook. I truly believe that the coaching staff has no idea what to do with these guys. When you get to a point where you're putting LeBron James at a center, trying to be innovative, knowing that that's in year 19, and you have a serviceable big man in Dwight Howard who doesn't receive any minutes whatsoever, he's not even injured. If I'm Dwight Howard, I distinctly say I want to be out. Now let's go to the Charlotte game. The Charlotte game, let's stay forward with it. You need guys like Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves, he does, a lot of people hate him. A lot of people say, oh, I'd rather have Caruso, which I can understand. The name is bigger. But Austin Reeves, just on a humbug, had 16, 18 points. You didn't even notice it. You look up and you're like, wait, he has 16 points? Because it's the little things that you have to do on the court that a lot of guys on this team are too good for to do. We all understand Carmelo Anthony can't play defense individually. But this team doesn't even play defense as a unit. They don't even play team defense. Having guys like Austin Reeves who know that he's not the most athletic has to play team defense in order to be successful. He has to fill the lanes. He has to take charges. He has to do the dirty work. He did it in the Charlotte game. He's done it all year. He has 16, 18 points. This team is they're having a bunch of guys who are all-stars who at one point in their career were number one guys, and everybody want to take turns being the number one guy. In this game, I seen Carmelo Anthony. He got the ball. He didn't even pass. As a matter of fact, I look back at a few games. When Carmelo Anthony has the ball, he's not passing it unless it's just not a good space. It's not a good shot for him in a good space. But if he's behind a three or he's in the mid-range with his back to the basket, he's not passing the ball. That's not being team friendly. That's not moving the ball to get the ball back at a better spot. It goes in and that's it. LeBron James probes a lot. He just sits there, let the clock run down till it's about 6 or 7 seconds left, and then he wants to pass it off to somebody and think that that's supposed to get him hot. LeBron James, unfortunately, LeBron James fans, he cannot just drive by people anymore with his speed and strength. He now has to have his back to the basket just like Carmelo Anthony does. So it's hard to put both of them on the floor together because they both need the same spacing on the floor. And if you do have them on there, now Anthony Davis has to step out of the paint in order to shoot jumpers that you don't want because he's 16% from three. This team is just not constructed well. They just put names together just like you would in 2K22, and everybody plays the same. Russell Westbrook, for everybody who wants to shun down on him, he's the same. He's a LeBron James. He's a younger version of LeBron James. Guys got to remember, before LeBron James had both shoulder fadeaways and jump shots and threes, what was LeBron James? A bull in a china shop. Russell is he's just a smaller version. That's it. Just with more heart and more dog. But they have the same game. That's why it doesn't match. Doesn't match. They both need to go to the basket in order to be successful. LeBron James just realized he can't go to the basket as with vigor as much as he used to, so he had to shoot jump shots. Anthony Davis still does not want to go out there and bang, but when he did well against Embiid the game prior. That's where AD has to be. But as we all see, AD does a dunk and he grabs his wrist. I think truly this team is poorly constructed, and coaching staff are not innovative enough to be able to put guys in spots. Instead, they want to be innovative by putting LeBron at the center instead of making it suitable for your point guard and LeBron James, who have the ball majority of the time, who both of them need shooters around them, not names. And you still can play a Dwight Howard with Anthony Davis because a lot of shots that you're shooting, you're not making. So you need offensive rebounds and second chance points. So playing this small lineup does nothing for you in the Western Conference. Does nothing for you after a few games when everybody figures it out. And you don't have a bench to be able to complement that. So play the guys that you normally played in order to win. The only thing I can come up with DeAndre Jordan is because they're trying to get value out of him. But I'm telling you, he has no value whatsoever. None. It's no different than Rondo. Nobody's heard of Rondo since he's been to Cleveland. He's done. I told everybody that Rondo, we wrung out the last good bit of him in that championship run. I told you guys, DeAndre Jordan, if you're sitting on the bench with a Brooklyn Nets squad who needed big men in the playoffs and you don't get any position or any play, what makes you think you're going to do it in the Western Conference? So all in all, I truly think that this team is not confident. They're just not confident. They're not confident in what the coaches is asking, the players they have constructed. You have to always have in consideration that these guys not even practicing. The backup guys don't even know what to do. That is really seeming costly. And as much as they say that Frank Vogel is saved, I truly don't believe Frank Vogel comes back next year. If you're trying to salvage anything from LeBron James' career or this team's sake, it's not going to be get rid of AD, get rid of LeBron. It's going to be bring in breath of fresh air and coaching with different schematics, different thoughts, different adjustments. Because in the league, you only have 2 or 3 good years and teams start to catch on to what you want. And if Frank Vogel has not changed up anything in his coaching philosophy, thus you getting the results you get. And on that note, La La Laker out. Give me my theme music.